I believe cryptocurrencies are here to stay. The interest in this area has only increased over time, with some various fluctuations. But now we have large institutions making big bets. We have Fortune 500 companies holding some of their cash in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, taking huge positions. And it's just becoming more and more commonplace and part of the everyday lexicon of just money and finance and things like that. I mean, your mom might hold some Bitcoin now when only like 8 years ago, you might have only held cryptocurrencies if you were the hacker known as 4chan. I'm just kidding. My strategy with cryptos, though, have changed dramatically over the last few years. And because of that, I really wanted to dive into the safest ways to buy and store various cryptocurrencies. That way I don't have to worry about things like cyber attacks that have happened to many marketplaces in the past. That way, if I'm putting money into these things, I just don't have to be concerned about my account being drained. I wanted to know everything I could find out about the safety of purchasing and storing cryptocurrencies. And maybe how I can actually earn interest and make passive income on my crypto investments. More on that later in this video. So I'm going to talk briefly about my current crypto strategies, and then we're going to get into how you can buy, store, and actually make some money off of your crypto positions. So my strategies have changed. In the past, I've been interested in crypto, but not so much for an investment. I actually made my first purchase of Bitcoin in 2013, and that's in a wallet somewhere that I just cannot access anymore. About $9,000 based on my recent calculations. That's just sitting there that I'll never have access to again. But more recently, I've come around to the legitimacy of this as an investment vehicle and a legitimate store of value that's here to stay. I've played a lot of swings in the past. I'll buy it low and then sell it high and then do it over and over again on various swings. But my strategy has changed that now I'm going to just start dollar cost averaging, making small purchases on a regular basis and just building up my position, because I think very long term, it doesn't really matter what we buy it at right now, as long as you can, you can weather all the swings. It doesn't really matter as long as you're holding this long term. And I think the big two options really are Bitcoin and Ethereum. It seems like Bitcoin will be the digital replacement for gold, where Ethereum will be basically digital cash, the cash that's actually used in contracts to purchase things, not so much just the store of value. You can think of it more as like the fiat currency, where Bitcoin is the gold standard. That's where I think that things are going to pan out. Of course, things could end up a little bit different than that. Now, getting into it, first to buy crypto, because you need to first buy this before you have to worry about storing it. To buy it, you want to create an account at what's called an exchange. Now, there are tons of exchanges. There's tons of popular exchanges. The two that are currently my most favorite are Coinbase and Gemini. I personally use Coinbase more than anything, and I have a link in the description where if you choose to open an account, you're going to get $10 in free Bitcoin. And full disclosure, it's a referral link, so if you want to use that, I will also get $10 in free Bitcoin. Feel free to use that if you want to use it as a thanks for my efforts on this video, because this actually took a really long time to put together. Like I'm running on like 2.5, 3 hours before editing and all that. But anyways, you want to create an account. First, you're going to enter in your name, your email, your password. Make sure you choose a very secure password, like a super long password that no one could ever guess. Then you're going to be asked to verify your email address. That's basic stuff. Next, you're going to enter in your phone number, and they're going to send you a code that you're going to enter in. That's pretty basic stuff. Coinbase will then later use that same phone number for two-factor authorization. Make sure you have that turned on. You absolutely want that two-factor authorization on. No matter the exchange you use, you want to make sure that it has that as an option at the very least for security. And that's just the beginning of security measures. We're going to go into much more in depth as to what you can do to be absolutely sure your cryptocurrencies are safe a little bit later. But after you enter in all that basic information, it's going to prompt you to enter in your identification information. This is going to include your ID and your social security number. Unfortunately, all legitimate exchanges, if you're trying to trade any moderate amount of cryptocurrencies or cash on these exchanges, you're going to have to enter in this information, as they are required by law to have it, and they're required to report it by the IRS. There's really no way around this with any legitimate exchange. Once you create an account, I strongly recommend you also add an authenticator app to increase the security Even more, an Authenticator app is an app on your phone that will give you a 6-digit code that you can punch into Coinbase every time you're logging in, or at whatever basis you can save the device if you want. But I think it's best just to do it every single time. This means that someone can't enter your account unless they have your login information, as in your username, your password, access to your email, and access to your phone and your phone's password. They won't be able to get in. If someone has all that, you probably have bigger problems than the cryptocurrency sitting in your account, because someone basically is owning you right now. So to get an Authenticator app, all you have to do is go to your phone's app store and search, you guessed it, Authenticator app. I use the Google Authenticator app, but you can use any one you want. The Microsoft one is pretty popular. There's tons of options there. Here's what it looks like while logging in with the Authenticator app, and then here's what it looks like on your phone. And here is what it looks like when you log into your Coinbase account. You can see it's a very minimal, sleek design. This is why I like Coinbase. It's not overly complicated. It's easy to use. So first I'm going to show you how you can actually buy some crypto, just so you can see how easy it is. You just click that buy/sell. And I'm going to just use cash to buy it in here. Now you can buy it from several different options. You can use a credit card, which I don't recommend because they charge a high fee to do that. A bank transfer is much better, or if you have cash in the account, that's best. Bank transfer is completely free. You can use a debit card too, but the bank transfer is best. You don't want to start down like 3 or 4%. And plus there's transaction fees once you buy, so just transfer in money. It's the easier way to go. If you want to connect it to your bank account, you have two options. You can either do it the old-fashioned way, where they deposit like a couple of pennies into your account and then you verify it that way, or you can just log in with Plaid, that third-party service that you've probably seen all over the place on different bank verifications. So in order to buy, we're going to buy some Bitcoin here. I'm just going to use the cash that's in the account here. Might as well just use all of it. Preview buy, and buy now. And there's a very small transaction fee. It's usually around 1.5%. It varies a little bit depending on the transaction size. But I know fees are kind of annoying, but there is a large benefit to using a marketplace, an exchange that has fees. Now, a lot of people will use like Robinhood or Webull to buy Bitcoin, but the security level on those free exchanges is much lower. You're not able to take the coins offline. It's almost like you don't actually own the coins. So I'm going to go more into the benefits of that later, but I think it is worth the small transaction fee to have the level of security. So you just click done here, and now we have more Bitcoin. Another interesting thing here on this earn rewards tab, I already did this, but there's a few questionnaires here that you can go through. It's just real short surveys, and you answer them and you'll get free cryptocurrency. And full disclosure, you can Google the answer to all these, and in like 5 minutes you can get like $40 in free cryptocurrency. But don't tell anyone I told you that. Anyways, to add security, let's talk about that real briefly. You'll want to go up to your account in the top, click settings, then you'll go over to the security tab, and Authenticator is where you add that app authenticator on your phone. It'll pop up a QR code, you scan it with your phone, bada bing, bada boom, you're done. Now there are ways to add even more security on top of this. There's a couple ways. There's a boring one and there's a more exciting one that earns you money. So we're going to start off with the boring one. The boring one is offline storage. Now this is boring, but it's very high security, and sometimes boring is a good thing. I feel like I'm pretty boring, and you know, maybe I'm a good, I don't know, maybe I'm not a good thing. But anyways, how this works is you have an actual hardware device, just like a flash drive. You plug it in your computer, you transfer the coins onto this hardware device. It's completely encrypted and secure. Here's the most popular one. It's called the Ledger Nano S. I'll have a link to it in the description. It's $51, and there are a lot of advantages to having this offline, what's called cold storage. If you just have it in an exchange, that's called a hot wallet. Basically, you can transfer the money anywhere. This is the cold storage. Basically, once you transfer into a hardware device like this, it's completely protected from viruses, pinching, and any kind of malware attack, because it's completely offline. It has no communication to anything internet-wise. The risks, though, to an online device are kind of similar to just the risks of holding cash in a safe or something like that, or under your mattress. I don't know. But it's not quite as bad. For example, if you lost or broke your Ledger Nano S, you're okay. As long as you have your 24-word password phrase, you could buy another one of these, enter in your password phrase, and you'd be able to recover your cryptocurrency. So it's not the end of the world as long as you have that phrase. If you lose both this device and the phrase, you are completely out of luck. There is no way to recover those funds. The only other downside to a hardware option like this is it's not instantly tradable like it would be just in your wallet, and you don't earn any interest on it. So now let's talk about the most exciting way to store your crypto and actually earn money on it. This is exciting because not only is it super secure, but you earn up to 8% interest on your crypto just sitting in the account on top of hopefully that cryptocurrency increasing in price. So it's like a double whammy. You can kind of think of this as like you bought stock of a company that is growing in size, so its share price is growing, and they pay healthy dividends. It's kind of the same idea. And this is with a company called BlockFi. And what BlockFi does is they hold your crypto and they lend it to large institutions and corporations and charge interest to those customers, to those large customers. There are several companies who do similar things to this, like Nexo and AmbiSafe, if you want to shop around and see which one is your favorite. But I believe BlockFi does it best. They are the most simple and they're super secure in all my research. Another thing about BlockFi is if you make an account, you'll get between $15 and $250 in free cryptocurrency. All you have to do is go to blockfi.com/MaxMaher or click the link in the description and you'll get a ton of free Bitcoin. So you might as well at least make an account, try it out, see if you like the thing, and get some free money. Now, a question you might be asking is, how does BlockFi make money? And this is actually pretty simple. It's not really any different than how a traditional bank makes money. You deposit funds into their account, they lend out those funds, charge interest, and they take a portion of that interest and keep it themselves. It's as simple as that. Now, you also might want to know how secure BlockFi is, because I know I'm concerned about that, and I have dug deep into this as well. BlockFi uses Gemini's cold storage, which is ultra secure. Feel free to dig into that a little bit more if you're interested. You can think of this as a combination between this hardware crypto device and a hot wallet. So you have the security of it being on hardware, and you still have the tradability, the instant tradability of a online wallet. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds there. Another thing that made me feel a little bit better about BlockFi is all of their huge investors and owners. This makes me feel a little bit better because I know that these investors don't want to be affiliated with anything shady and they don't want to lose money. So if these big investors are in on it, I feel like I can trust it too. One thing to consider though with BlockFi and any other crypto holder is they are not FDIC insured like your regular bank account is. So there's no such thing as zero risk because cryptocurrencies are fairly new. Maybe we'll see that change, years from now, but as of right now, there's no FDIC insurance anywhere. But although it's not zero risk, it's pretty darn close if you set up all the security measures up front. Onto the BlockFi site, and I'm going to show you how you can transfer funds in there from your Coinbase account or whatever account and start earning interest today. It's honestly super exciting. Oh, also they are going to come out with a Bitcoin credit card very soon, the world's first, and you can borrow money from your own Bitcoin holding as a loan, keep your cryptocurrency, borrow against it, and buy whatever you want to buy. So there's tons of cool options here, but this is how you add funds and then start earning interest. It's super simple. So you're going to click this deposit button, and then you click the type of cryptocurrency that you're going to deposit. We're going to do Bitcoin, and it gives you this wallet address. I'm not going to show it for obvious reasons, but you just copy this wallet address and you go back over to your Coinbase account, and all you do is click this send/receive button. You type in the amount that you want to send. I'm just going to send my entire Bitcoin balance on this account, which is an odd number. And then in the to address, you put in that code that you just pasted from BlockFi. Just paste that in there. A note if you want to. Let's make bank. Hit continue, and then you're good to go. You might want to, if you're worried about the transfer, do a test with a small dollar amount just to make sure it goes through. But as long as you paste it accurately, you should be all right. You just hit continue and send now, and you're good to go. And then it takes between 5 minutes and an hour to actually go into your BlockFi account, but it just automatically starts earning interest straight away. So it's pretty awesome. It's a pretty awesome service. So that's going to do it on how to purchase and store and make money off of your cryptocurrencies. I'm really excited about this. I think it's an awesome passive income earning opportunity, and I don't think it's going to last for super long. I think it'll be the kind of thing where, 10, 15 years from now, we're probably not earning these same really high interest rates because it won't be as new, more players will come in. So I kind of feel like now is the time to jump in and do this and earn that reliable, 5 to 8.5% interest on our cryptocurrencies while things are blowing up and increasing in price as well. So that's going to do it for today. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe, and as always, have a profitable day.